It has to go down as the worst NBA draft in history, especially if success in the first round is taken into consideration. The NBA draft in 1986 was cursed, according to legend. There have been 3 deaths among the top 13 picks, with the number 2 pick, Len Bias, having never played in an NBA game. 2 of the top 6 candidates were convicted and sentenced to lengthy jail terms. It wasn't until the second round that the greatest players, including Dennis Rodman, were selected. One of the most infamous NBA drafts in recent memory was the one held in 1986. So let's break down 3 reasons why the 1986 NBA draft was the worst ever. At number 1, in the 1986 NBA draft, the bad exceeded the good by a wide margin. Brad Daugherty, a superb center from the University of North Carolina, was the consensus number 1 pick in the 86 draft, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were fortunate to get him in the first round of the draft. Following Daugherty, who had an 8-year career in the NBA, there wasn't a whole lot of success in the first round of the draft. There were just 2 players picked in the top 10 who played in the league for more than 10 years, Chuck Person at number 4 and Ron Harper at 8th overall. Daugherty was picked by the Boston Celtics, who traded him to the Los Angeles Lakers for Len Bias, who died 2 days later of a cocaine overdose. At least 2 additional players, Roy Tarpley and Dwayne Pearl Washington, have passed away. Tarpley, who had been expelled from the league due to drug and alcohol misuse, passed away in 2015 after a battle with cancer. Despite having a tremendous college career at Syracuse, Washington only played 3 seasons in the NBA before passing away in 2016 due to complications from a brain tumor. Neither of the top 3 picks, Bias nor Chris Washburn, who went number 3 overall to the Golden State Warriors, lasted more than 2 seasons in the league after being drafted. 5 of the top 16 selections in the NBA, he never lasted more than 3 years. Reason number 2, drugs in prison had a negative impact on many people in the first half of the draft. In addition to Len Bias, whose death was due to a cocaine overdose, Chris Washburn at number 3, William Bedford at number 6, and Roy Tarpley at number 7 also had their careers affected by drug use throughout their respective periods of time. Washburn and Tarpley were both kicked out of the league for their actions. As a result of their narcotics convictions, Bedford and Washburn have spent a significant amount of time in prison. Washburn's situation deteriorated to the point where his mother cut him off after he spent all of his money and began taking drugs. She refused to give him any money, knowing full well that he would spend it on his drug habit. When Washburn was interviewed by the Hickory Record in 2012, he said, "She told me to put my name and address on a piece of paper and put it in my pocket so the police could identify me when they found my dead body somewhere." Tarpley was able to play in the NBA for 6 years and had some success during that time. In his debut season, he was named the NBA Sixth Man of the Year after averaging 13 points and 11 rebounds per game. After several substance abuse offenses, he was expelled from the league in 1995 and has been out since. At the conclusion of his career, he averaged 12.6 points and 10 rebounds per game. And reason number 3, the late steals in the 86 draft. Not everything about the 86 draft was negative. The treasures had only recently been discovered in the second round. Despite the fact that there were a few additional first-rounders who went on to have successful NBA careers, like John Salley, number 11 overall, and Del Curry at number 15, the finest players were discovered in the second round of the draft. The Cleveland Cavaliers selected point guard Mark Price in the first round of the second draft, capping a 10-year professional career. The selection of Price marked the beginning of a streak of 6 consecutive players who went on to play at least 9 years in the NBA. It was a great turnaround to a draft that was otherwise doomed from the very start. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss any of our videos. We'll see you guys next time.